NFL Network now on the Westwood Radio Network. The Arizona Cardinals currently have the best record in the NFL, and it looks like they may be getting some Pro Bowl reinforcements. Both quarterback Kyler Murray and receiver DeAndre Hopkins were back at practice Wednesday. Murray has missed the last 3 games with an ankle injury, while Hopkins hasn't practiced at all since October due to a sore hamstring. In other quarterback injury news, the Giants' Daniel Jones was limited to practice, and the team is not yet ready to rule him out for Sunday despite a neck strain. Philly quarterback Jalen Hurts dealing with an ankle injury that limited him in practice Wednesday. Head coach Nick Sirianni says he's, quote, hopeful Hurts will play. Meantime, Bears rookie Justin Fields returned to practice after missing Chicago's last, but Andy Dalton took all the first-team reps on Wednesday. And Adrian Peterson found another new home. His 5th all-time leading rusher was signed to Seattle's practice squad. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. Speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the attach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Well, it is a Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. Oh, my. Time sure flies when you take a couple of days off, right, Gene?
It certainly does. It flies by.
Yeah, kind of like a Monday for me.
Yeah, well, you know, even those short weeks, you just, I don't know. It's easy to say, oh, what day is it?
It is a Thursday, December 2nd, 2021.
Good.
I thought I just said that.
I'm glad you repeated it.
Oh, boy. Are you getting in the Christmas season?
Getting into the spirit, as they say?
Yes.
A little bit. I haven't really gone out that much. I'm seeing Christmas trees pop up for sale and, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, and last weekend, lots of folks did their outdoor decorations.
Decorations, yes.
Yeah. So
I haven't put mine up yet, so I don't know.
Think typically my outdoor decorations is a candle in the window.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a candle in the wind. I said,
yeah.
Well, that makes a good title for a song.
Yes. Okay. We've got birthdays. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Big shot birthdays. Actor Kathy Lee Crosby is 77. Penelope Spheris is 76. She directed Wayne's World. Yes. Actor Ron Rain, 72. Actor Keith Zarbaka is 69. Actor Dan Butler, 67. Actor Dennis Christopher, 66. Actor Stephen Bauer, 65. Rick Savage of Def Leppard is 61. Actor Brendan Coyle, 58. Actor Lucy Liu, 53. Actor Susie Nakamura is 53. Actor Rena Sofer is 53. Actor Joe Lo Trujillo is 51. Singer Nelly Furtado, 43. Britney Spears is 40. How did she make it this far?
Well, and she's free now.
Yes, free Britney.
Got her freedom, and today's the big celebration.
Yes.
Because
and
it's part of the birthday.
Now, the thing is, well, music is important, but she's not going to be making any new music for a while. I look on that as a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Could be.
Yes. Actor Alfred Enoch is 33. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Local birthdays.
Coming up.
Happy birthday, Adriana Hernandez, Virginia Groff, Rosie Lopez, Tilly Quintero, Rosemary, Carla Banda, Preston Waddell, Rex Schaefer, Strickland, Vanetta Wyatt, Sandra Burgos, Alex Rodriguez, Cecilia Flores, Elia Felix, Eva Sandoval, Marcio Beso, Cheryl Van Flew, Rosemary Trujillo, Sandro Ruiz. Happy birthday from KXO. And many happy returns.
Happy returns. Yeah.
Yes. And I should point out I was absent with leave, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, First Sergeant gave me a pass because two of my four sisters were visiting from Michigan.
Yeah, we want to, keep them in our prayers because it's cold back there, right?
Yeah, they got back last night, back to Michigan. But while they were here, it snowed several times in Michigan.
So they were greeted with a white Christmas already.
Well, I don't think much of it, but anyway.
There's always a next time.
Yes. So it, they enjoyed a week or so Southern California and the sunshine.
The Sunshine State, yeah.
Yes. I'm not sure they wanted to leave.
Oh, man, I'm not either. I'm sure they didn't want to leave. Yeah, they looked at the cast and then some weather each day back in that part of the woods and said, oh, I'm glad I'm here for the time being.
Yes. I wonder if we can stay longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, and of course, nothing at all happened around here while I was gone.
Not a thing.
Okay.
Not a thing.
And we should give you a heads up. One eastbound lane interstate is still closed shortly before 10 o'clock last night. A big rig caught on fire, eastbound Interstate 8, Mountain Springs Road on-ramp.
Yes.
And they are still cleaning up the debris.
Fire is probably so hot that it's burning the asphalt.
And, okay, how many eastbound trucks coming down the grade catch on?
More than a count.
Yes.
Really?
Something about riding the brakes.
Brakes get really hot, and then they burn.
Yes. You remember Joe Higginbottom, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Joe Higgy worked at El Centro Motors for years and years. Anyway, Joe told me when he was a kid, like 14, 15 years old, he drove a water truck up to Mountain Springs.
Okay.
Filled it up with water and drove it back to the valley. The truck had mechanical brakes.
Oh.
Joe, who is, at that time, rather slight, had to take a friend so they could both stand on brakes.
I can believe that story.
Yeah. Oh, it's
true. Huh?
Yes.
I can believe it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, if you've ever driven with mechanical brakes, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't, you go, wham.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I believe we have some news.
Yes, we have news.
And we're going to share that right now. A look at World in California news headlines to begin with. All brought to you by your friends at Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. You got a friend in the business at Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News Brief. The White House imposes new restrictions a day after the first Omicron infection was confirmed in the U.S. The administration's COVID coordinator, Jeff Zients, to CBS Mornings.
We are now tightening the testing requirement for international travelers. Every international traveler needs to test within 1 day of departure to the U.S.
A one-on-one between President Biden and Russia's Vladimir Putin. Secretary of State Blinken says,
I think it's likely the presidents will speak in the near future.
Blinken warned against a Russian incursion in Ukraine during a stop in Sweden. We're hearing from Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred after a player lockout kicked in at midnight.
It's not something that we undertake lightly. We understand it's bad for our business. We talk of a desire to drive process forward to an agreement now.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIP discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. While the first COVID case of the new Omicron variant has been reported in California, there's still much to learn about it. This is San Francisco Public Health Director Dr. Grant Colfax.
There is a strong likelihood that it is infectious than Delta. We don't know how sick it will make people, but that is being studied furiously.
The person who tested positive is reported to have mild symptoms. Beverly Hills police continue to investigate the killing of Jacqueline Avant during a home invasion. This is Police Chief Mark Stainbrook.
This type of crime in general is this type of Beverly Hills is extremely rare, although in this case just so unfortunate.
Former President Bill Clinton and Magic Johnson are among those who have been sending condolences. And finally, Turlock police are looking for Nathan Leroy Davis Sharp, a professional boxer who's accused of assault in a road rage incident last month. Police say he left one person unconscious with great bodily injuries. Steve Clausen, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales for service, call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
Why is this oven still going? Hi, this is Dinesh.
Dinesh's Bakery just landed a sweet catering contract.
40 dozen fritters, Friday at 5 a.m.?
He needs an event planner to help him rise to the occasion.
Oh, every Friday at 5 a.m. Not a problem.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When a nasty cold keeps you up all night, Vicodin gives you powerful relief from your worst cold and flu symptoms, which changes a night like this into a night like this. That's better. NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, stuffy head, fever, best of the cold medicine. Use as directed.
Find it in the cold and flu aisle at a Walmart near you.
Page one of the local news is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Thursday morning, they will arrest 12, that's 12 immigrants that were found hiding in a train car. George Gale has the story.
El Centro Sector Patrol agents searched the train earlier this week. Train was detained between Mecca and Nyland. Inside an empty cargo container, they found 12 individuals who had entered the country illegally. The 12 were taken into custody and transported to the Highway 111 checkpoint. As they were being checked, one individual with a swollen elbow complained of pain, and another, a diabetic, complained of being dizzy. Emergency medical services were called in, and the two were transported to hospital for treatment. They were treated and released. Another man, a 32-year-old, admitted to being a Sureño gang member with a criminal history. He had also been previously deported and now faces federal charges for re-entry. All 12 were Mexican nationals. All were taken to El Centro for processing. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
In other local news, Imperial Valley College, Sun Community Federal Credit Union, Imperial Valley Vegetable Growers Association, and Bow Neighborhood Medical Center have partnered together to hold a free farm worker health and wellness fair to farm workers and their families today from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. this evening at the Imperial Valley College. This family health and wellness fair will have free services, including health screenings, high blood pressure checks, flu shots, COVID-19 vaccines, boosters, provided by Bow Neighborhood Medical Center. KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers ready to take care of your automotive service needs. Tires, brakes, batteries, AC service, alignments, lube oil and filter change, and more. Tire and Auto Centers on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
Well, a 24-year-old U.S. fugitive is arrested. The 24-year-old is arrested in Mexicali. Here's more in the story.
Nikolai Demetri was arrested by authorities. He was found in the Fraccionamiento San Marcos in Mexicali. 24-year-old was wanted in the United States for trafficking methamphetamine. Authorities said the fugitive was turned over to Mexican immigration for deportation back to the United States. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes the day with us for
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and Centro. Quick Lane, you head out on a holiday road trip to Tire and Auto Center. Make sure that your vehicle is right. If you're looking for the perfect, it's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. The Peanut Patch. They're open Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Yuma time. And at the Peanut Patch, find homemade chocolates. They also make their very own fresh English toffee, plain or covered in milk chocolate, pecan turtles from a special feed, chocolate-covered almonds, coffee beans. They do cinnamon. It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. They've got a great variety of gifts, and you can ship them to friends and loved ones all over the world. They'll take care of it for you. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. You want directions? Google the Peanut Patch and follow the directions. The Peanut Patch in Yuma, making holiday shopping so easy. Page 2 of the local news is brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, auto and home insurance as well.
A murder suspect goes to court for stabbing his neighbor. Here's more on that story.
The incident occurred last week in El Centro. Police were called to a residence at the 100 block of Orange Avenue. They found 29-year-old Ivan Bravo Saldana suffering from stab wounds. Victim was transported to the hospital where he died a short time later. 27-year-old suspect was arrested at his apartment. Beltran was in court Tuesday, where he entered a plea of not guilty to a charge of murder. His bail was set at $1 million. A bail review was scheduled for December 7th. A hearing is set to set future court proceedings will be on December 29th. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A holiday spectacular will be presented by the Imperial Valley Choral Society. The choir performs Christmas favorites, including Professional for Christmas and Christmas Lullaby. The audience will participate in singing traditional carols. The highlight of the evening will be George Frederick Handel's Messiah with the Imperial Chamber Orchestra. The Messiah Choir will feature the Master Chorale, Imperial High Chamber singers, and talented singers from the community. The guest soloist includes Brawley's Esther Renee Rayo, who is a soprano. The conductor will be Denny Lang. The event is scheduled for Friday. That's tomorrow, December 3rd, beginning at 7 p.m. at Christ Community Church on Orange Avenue in El. Tickets are available at local chambers of commerce from choir members at the door. Tickets are $15 for adults. Students K through 12th grade are free. A father and his two children have been officially identified. Here's more on that story.
The three died in a trailer fire Desert Shores. 33-year-old Pedro Dominguez, his 14-year-old daughter, Viridiana Dominguez, and his 9-year-old son, Joseph Dominguez, were trapped in a trailer that was on fire last Friday. The fire eventually consumed 8 trailers before it was extinguished. Autopsies were being performed to try and determine a cause of death. Several families were raised and assisted by social services, American Red Cross. Cause of the fire has still not been determined. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Have you noticed that your Medicare health changing or going away? Are you turning 65 soon, or are you newly eligible to Medicare and have questions about your Medicare options? Then give David or Hope a call at David H. West Insurance to learn about the ABCs of Medicare. Don't delay. Call David H. West Insurance Services now at 760-352-3411. That's 760-352-3411. That's David H. West Insurance.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, unseasonably warm temperatures and dry conditions with light winds will be common across the region through at least the weekend. Afternoon temperatures are to be within a few degrees of daily records through that period. A bit more unsettled weather is then expected next Tuesday into Wednesday, as a mostly dry weather system should pass through the region. This system will bring a noticeable cooling trend, but above normal temperatures should still prevail. 85 the high yesterday, 49 the low. Sunny today with a high near 83. West wind around 5 miles an hour, becoming calm. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 53. Calm wind becoming south-southwest about 5 miles an hour at night. Friday will be sunny with a high near 81. South wind around 5 miles an hour, becoming calm later in the morning. Saturday, sunny with a high near 80. Calm wind becoming north about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. Sunday will be sunny with a high near 82. North wind about 5 miles an hour. 57 degrees, downtown 33% relative humidity. The wind calm. Air quality good everywhere except in Mexicali. And slightly elevated dust in the wind in Westmoreland for moderate air quality there. Page 2 of the local news and the weather by David H. West Insurance Services. See Dave Jose for life insurance, health insurance, Medicare supplemental coverage, and they've got answers to your questions.
Is it time to replace your fence or maybe repair it? Call the professionals at D Fence Company at 760-909-0065. That's 909-0065. D Fence Company is committed to providing fence installation services for your home or business in a timely manner and at the best price. D Fence installs it all from vinyl and chain link. No job is too big. For professional service and a free estimate, call D Fence Company, 760-909-0065. That's 909-0065. You can also find them on the web at dfencecompany.net.
It's Sports December by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District and the Scripps Health Network working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball locked out its players early this morning, certifying the game's first work stoppage in more than a century after months of talks yielded little progress toward a new labor contract. Prior to that, the Dodgers reached agreement with versatile all-star Chris Taylor on a 4-year, $60 million deal that includes a clause for a 5th season. Taylor last year hit 20 home runs, 73 RBIs with 13 steals. Most of his playing time as a center fielder and at second base, but he also played shortstop, third base, and the other outfield positions. Marcus Stroman rushed to the airport, caught a flight from Los Angeles to Chicago, and he signed a 3-year deal with the Chicago Cubs. 3 years, $71 million for the former Met. And the Red Sox have sent Hunter Renfroe to the Milwaukee Brewers for Jackie Bradley Jr. and 2 prospects. Bradley, a defensive outfielder. If he could ever hit, yeah, it'd be remarkable. And the Padres and right-hander Nick Martinez have agreed on a 4-year, $20 million contract. Martinez is a relief pitcher. Speaking of relievers, right-handed reliever Mark Melancon and the Arizona Diamondbacks agreed to a 2-year contract yesterday. Melancon leaving the Padres.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
NBA action. Last night, the Hawks got by the Pacers 114-111. Magic beat the Nuggets 108-103. Wizards over the Timberwolves 115-107. Bucks slipped by the Hornets 127-125. Clobbered the Heat 111-85. Celtics nipped the 76ers 88-87. It was the Mavericks beating up on the Pelicans 39-107. Rockets rolled. They topped the Thunder 114-110. Kings over the Clippers 124-115. And it's Thursday night football, which means, Thursday night football on AM 1230 KXO. It'll be the Cowboys and the Saints. Our coverage starts at 5 o'clock this afternoon on AM 1230. Meanwhile, the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets will host the Quartz Hill Royals in regional playoff action. The Jackets, the San Diego Division 5 champions. That's it for Sports Time. Brought to you the Pioneers Memorial Health Care. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
At Burgers and Beer, we want you to be happy, live happy, work happy. Most of all, we want you to celebrate whatever makes you happy at Burgers and Beer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and let's make time for a good time. All the drinks, all the food, and great service too. Everything you need is right here at Burgers and Beer. Burgers and Beer, the best burgers in town.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro. The U.S. jobs recovery has picked up steam in the final months of the year, bringing some good news in the face of persistently rising prices and a new COVID variant. Economists expect another sizable jobs gain in Friday's November report. They're expecting 550,000 positions, and if that holds true, it would be the biggest monthly gain since July, when more than 1 million jobs were added. So what else is going on? Well, Kellogg's says, hey, we've reached agreement with the union, and that ends a 2-month-old strike at the cereal factories around the world. We're pleased to announce that Kellogg Company and the union have reached a tentative agreement, new 5-year labor contract covering 1,400 employees at our U.S. cereal plants in Battle Creek, Michigan, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Memphis, Tennessee, and Omaha, Nebraska, said a Kellogg Company spokesperson. So on the markets, what's happening there? Kind of a mixed bag. The Dow up 355 points at 34,375. The S&P 500 up 21 points at 4,000. 534. The NASDAQ down 62 points at 15,192. Gold off $15.60 an ounce. And oil up 14 cents a barrel, which means the oil companies will raise the price of gas 50 cents a gallon. Isn't that the way it usually works?
Southwest Security is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business, and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, you can count on Southwest Security and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
It'll be sunny today with a high near 83, west wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming cold. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 53. Light wind becoming south-southwest about 5 miles an hour after midnight. Friday, sunny with a high near 81. South wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming calm. Saturday, for a Christmas parade, it'll be sunny with a high near 80. Light wind becoming north about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. And right now, downtown, 58 degrees, 32% our relative humidity. The wind is calm. And air quality, well, as we take a look around the Imperial Valley, for the most part, right now, air quality is good. You take a deep breath. Air quality good, except moderate in Calexico, Westmoreland, and Baja. News and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer live scan fingerprinting to the public. Did you know that every intersection is a crosswalk, even if it's not marked? Remember to look for people walking or biking when you're behind the wheel. Learn more at imperialctc.org and help shape Imperial County Active Transportation Plan. KXO, El Centro, California.
Is CBS sponsored by Best.
I'm Steve Kathan. A second case of the Omicron variant in the U.S. reported in Minnesota this morning. Infectious disease expert Dr. Celine Gounder says it'll be important to gauge the potency of the variant.
We are seeing people who had prior infection in South Africa being now reinfected with Omicron, and the vaccine a little bit less protective, as was the case with this person in San Francisco against the Omicron variant.
With the variant in mind, President Biden's winter pandemic plan includes coverage for home COVID tests, a push for vaccinations and boosters, and White House coronavirus coordinator Jeff Zients on travel.
Expanding the masking requirement for all domestic and international travelers through March. So there's an extension of the mask requirement on travel.
The U.S. has struck a deal with Mexico to reinstate the policy that forces asylum seekers to wait there for hearings in U.S. courts. CBS's Steve Dorsey in Washington has the latest on a measure designed to stave off a government shutdown.
Following debate, the House is expected to vote on the bill later today. The stopgap funding measure keeps government open through February 18th. However, it still needs Senate approval, where, in protest of the Biden administration's COVID-19 vaccine mandates, some conservative lawmakers are threatening to delay action.
A white sheriff's deputy in Columbus, Ohio, charged with murder in the fatal shooting of a black man last year. Casey Goodson was shot 5 times. Police have not fully explained how the two crossed paths. Troubling finding now at a naval facility in Hawaii. CBS's Jim Crisula.
A lab has detected an unknown petroleum product in water samples collected from the Pearl Harbor Hickam Naval Base. It was also found in the tap water of a nearby elementary school. Those who live on the base, including Christy Crawford, met with base leaders.
There's been so much misinformation, no information, nothing given to the residents here.
The 93,000 customers of the Navy water system have been advised not to use their tap water.
After a flurry of free agent moves, the action stops now in the baseball offseason. Owners locked out players in a labor dispute. Commissioner Rob Manfred.
It's the norm in professional sports, and we feel it's the best strategy to protect the 2022 season for the benefit of our fans.
The government says claims for unemployment rose last week from a pandemic low. Bank rates Mark Hamrick.
At this stage of the economic recovery, we're seeing few wholesale job cuts. Challenger Gray and Christmas, for example, says November job cut announcements were the lowest since 1990.
And on Wall Street, the Dow is up 450 points. This is CBS News.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition, because the way you care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best.
One of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance causes low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing, shortness of breath, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
A top Catholic leader in Europe out amid a scandal.
Paris Archbishop Michel Aupetit offered his resignation. Allegations surfaced of a relationship with a woman. He admitted there had been ambiguous behavior. Pope Francis has accepted his resignation. This scandal comes just weeks after a major investigation into the Catholic Church in France found around 270,000 children were abused over 70 years by priests, monks, and other religious officials, almost all men. Elaine Cobb, CBS News, Paris.
An Associated Press investigation has found that hundreds of pounds of the U.S. military's plastic explosives have vanished over the past decade, and so have hundreds of armor-piercing grenades. They all came from military bases and shipments. Troops falsified records to cover up some thefts, and the report finds in other cases did not report explosives as missing. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Present you with this year's Choice YouTuber Award,
Carroll Buckley.
Prepare to get rocked.
That was unbelievable. AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.